Let's move on now. From a pariah to the peak of political power, the son of the late Philippines dictator Ferdinand Marcos has now won a landslide presidential election victory, securing almost 30 million votes, which is more than double the tally of his rival. With more than 90% of an initial count now concluded, Marcos Jr, who is popularly known as Bong Bong, thanked his supporters for overwhelmingly voting for him, but stopped short of claiming victory, warning that the count is not done yet.
Even if the voting is not yet done, my gratitude cannot wait. I extend my thanks to everyone, to all who helped out, to all who joined our cause, to your sacrifices, to your hard work, to your time, your abilities, your eagerness. These types of work, any endeavors as large as this, does not involve one person. It involves many people working in many different ways, and to all of them, I thank you.
Meanwhile, the Philippines Vice President Leni Robredo, who is the nearest rival to Marcos Jr, urged her supporters to listen to the voice of the people, further asking Filipinos to fight for patriotic ideals beyond elections.
I know it is not easy for you to accept the numbers that are coming out of the quick count. Not only feeling sorry, but a clear dismay are being felt among our ranks. I am aware that this dismay may boil even more. Especially, there have been reports of irregularities in this election. Up to now, there are people whose votes have not been counted. There are people who are at the voting centers and remain there up to now, waiting for the ballot to be inserted into the machine.
Robredo, who throughout campaigning positioned herself as promoting good governance, transparency and human rights, secured 11.9 million votes, which is half of what Ferdinand Marcos secured. Marcos Jr.'s campaign was marked by relentless online whitewashing of his family's corrupt regime. However, while his supporters celebrated on the streets, there were scores of protesters who held demonstrations outside the election office in Manila, where they held up anti-Marcos placards and chanted slogans. Meanwhile, voters across the Philippines also cast their ballots to elect a new vice president, where Sara Duterte, who is the daughter of the outgoing president, Rodrigo Duterte, was leading the country's vice presidential race. The winner of Monday's presidential election will take office on June 30th, and this is for a single 6-year term. The new president will inherit a pandemic-battered economy, deep poverty, and the legacy of a brutal anti-drugs crackdown. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.